So we have this new sports car concept from Lexus, and I'm a little bit confused here because 2021 we saw the EV sports car concept, and that to me looks so much better than this new one. Sometimes new simply does not mean improved or better. There are some very weird graphic features in this new Lexus that just feels like a very low poly 3D model that's not completed or something. I'm not sure what's going on here. We're going to have a look at the old one here on the left side and then the new one right here. I'm going to let you know exactly why I think the old one is such a better looking design, but it's also part of this trend that we're in right now when it comes to car design, to just make everything so harsh. It's too sharp. There's no motion or surfaces that I want to see. Like softness in combination with a couple of key sharp lines. That is all I'm looking for in car design. And the old one had that perfectly nailed down. The new one, no. It's just not as good as the old one. So before we jump in and have a look at this design in Photoshop, I want to show you what this is all about from this Car Scoops article linked down below. This stunning Lexus Sports Coupe could be more than just a design study. The sports concept gives us an early look at Lexus' upcoming performance flagship, most likely featuring a fully electric powertrain. Sad to hear that. I would want to have a V8 in this or something like that. Production version is rumored for late 2026. Design element recall the Lexus LFA with exotic proportions and flying buttresses. LFA successor could also be a follow-up to the LC. Both of those look way better than this concept. Just my opinion. Compared to the 2021 Lexus electrified sports concept, it looks much closer to something you actually see on the road. Not sure I agree with that though. The electrified sports concept did not look like too much of a concept car to me. It still looked like they just had to do maybe a couple of tweaks and make it into production. So at the front, L-shaped LEDs headlights are integrated smoothly into the intakes. Hidden diamond-shaped daytime running lights only appear when illuminated. You have sculpted fenders and a sharply detailed lower bumper replace the brand signature spindle grille. For this car to have a spindle grille, the nose is just too low on a sports car like this. You can't incorporate it in a nice way, so you got to do something else. That's exactly what they did here. So moving to the side is where I have massive problems with this design. I'm going to talk more about that in Photoshop, of course. So vents behind the front wheels on a C-pillar design hints at a discontinued LFA supercar. The white LED taillight strip runs across the car, interrupted only by a glowing Lexus badge. You have a large rear diffuser, dominates the bumper, housing an F1 style brake light. And here we can see the design of the front end. This is going to need a redesign. I'm not sure entirely exactly what that redesign would be. In my opinion, when I see this, I want to do something about this design, just to fiddle around with it and make it more beautiful. Simple as that. I really don't have anything else to say about that, but I do like the integration of the headlight here in this diamond pattern. This looks very, very cool, the headlight unit right there. The rear end looks very solid as well, but still, it's just so industrial and so static these days, robotic. That is the style that we're going for, even in Lexus, which is supposed to have this origami, beautiful Japanese styling. This looks too sharp for me. It's just not my cup of tea, this thing. So Lexus hasn't revealed the interior in full. You have a digital instrument cluster, of course, a yoke-style steering wheel. Suggests a possible drive-by-wire system. We can see some hints of this interior in this promo video. No specs. We don't know anything about the spec here. No visible tailpipes, meaning that it's probably a fully electric vehicle. The CEO of Lexus suggested a future Lexus sports car would carry spirit of the V10 powered LFA. That is going to be a very, very, very hard thing to do with an electric powertrain, because the V10 and the LFA, one of the best sounding cars of all time. It just sounds like an old F1 car. He also teased the idea of simulated manual transmissions. Don't do this. Don't even bring in the name LFA when we're talking about electric powertrain simulated gear shifts. It's just not gonna work out. So you don't have to even mention the LFA. when it comes to cars like this, in comparison like this. So it could easily become a halo car for Lexus. So with that said, let's jump in here to Photoshop, and I'm going to try and explain what it is about the old version that feels so much better than the new one. The new one, this feels like, as I said, it feels like a Blender model that's not finished and maybe designed by a first-year design student. I know that sounds pretty harsh, but that is just the feeling I get with this. I feel like that the front end right here, this sits too high, first of all. This is too big. The nose is too sharp for the rest of the graphics in the front end. We have, I don't know if this is a sharp corner up here that goes up like this. I'm not sure what's going on there. But what I do like in the front end is, of course, the L-shaped design that we have for the headlights right here. I do like this typical Lexus design, and also these diamond LEDs or daytime lights that we have inside of the front end. But looking at the old one here, this is such a better design, because this is an organic looking, beautiful looking design with soft surfaces. And you can see the nose does not stick up as far as this one. It sits lower here. It's still sharp, but all the radiuses are softer and smoother integrated in this. And we also have this mask design for the Sport Concept from 2021, and here it just feels like maybe the elements are not working well together as it did in the old one right here. And look at the hood. We have a nice swooping line from going underneath the greenhouse into the front end. These lines as well. We have a nice muscle going over the front axle right there as well, and a very nice sculpted and bubbly looking greenhouse with this LFA style intake here that then goes into this sideline, looking absolutely beautiful. It's a stunning design. I wish this would be closer to what the production versions look like than this one right here. Looking at the side view, same thing here. I mean, look at the angles, the radiuses, and the line flow in both of these, and let me know which one you think flows better overall. We have some interesting design right here for the new one, with this line going all the way up. I kind of like that. I also like the greenhouse design and this LFA style side vent that we have up in the C-pillar right there. But we do actually have a, what is this corner up here? It goes like this, then straight. It doesn't have any sort of fluidity to it. And that is not what I'm used to seeing from Lexus. And the key graphic here that I have no idea what happened is this design right here. What is going on with this extremely razor sharp corner, 90-degree angle? This is not something we never want to see 90-degree angles on supercars like this or sports cars like this. It just creates an extremely static focal point in the side view of this vehicle. And side views for me are the most important view to gauge the proportions, gauge the overall feel and personality of a vehicle when it comes to the size of it. We do have some nice muscle over the rear axle right here. Wheels, can't really see them. I took the screenshot from the promo video because I couldn't, weirdly enough, I couldn't find a side view of this vehicle from the press photos, which is a shame. We also have this very vertical line in the front end. It's just a very static looking design compared to this beauty right here. Look at the same intake or outlet that we have in the side here for the new one, and the static feel, 90-degree angle. In the previous 2021, when we still had this, we weren't completely engulfed in this industrial design robotic feel in 2021, thankfully. So this has a much smoother, much cleaner design than the new one. I also like the rear end because it dips down so harshly here in this angle. Reminds me a lot of the old Nissan Datsun 240Z style. And same goes for the taillight design. We have radiuses, beautiful design flow here. And the hood, of course, does not have this angle right here with a corner up there. Instead, we have a beautiful curvature, no vertical graphics in the front end. Instead, we have a nice radius here going down to a slightly forward angle design, something that we don't have in the new one, which is just one vertical cut line straight down into the ground. Now look at the rear end. I mean, I can repeat myself again, but it's just a robotic feel versus organic, beautiful automotive design. This is way more product designy. It could work, maybe, I don't know. I mean, the overall design, but look at the angles here, corner sharp, sharp corners. Thankfully, we do have our radius down here, but the graphics are so... It feels like if you touch this car, you're going to cut yourself. That is how sharp everything is about this design. I do like the diffuser in the lower section. We have these two big diffuser portions right here. The wheel design looks great as well, now that we can actually see it. But this is just an eyesore. This element from any angle just does not work for me one bit. I do like the graphic that goes up here and continues into the light bar that we have. But do I prefer that over the old one? Absolutely not. This is so much more beautiful looking because, again, we have, look at this feels like something organic. This graphic right here, it feels like, I don't know what, maybe a muscle fibers or something like that in the rear end. Radius is everywhere, still the same type of diffuser in the back, and we have this line again going down and creating this nice flow in the old design. I mean, to me, it's pretty obvious that we're in this trend now. From pretty much, it feels, I don't know, it feels like 90% of car companies are on this trend where we want to mix industrial design too much with automotive design. And to me, I've said it before, but they are two completely different design philosophies, automotive design compared to industrial design. And it feels like we're meshing them now, and not in a good way. I still want to see the more emotional, more fluid, more organic designs coming back. And I'm honestly not a fan of this new concept from Lexus. I wish they could go back. I wish they could just, unveil the old version at Monterey. Replace the new one with the old one, and I would be happy if they would have done just that.